Riding off the success of the PS2 SOCOM series, a lot of people wonder what was next for Zipper Interactive. Enter MAG, or Massive Action Game as it was first called. Zipper promised something that had never been seen on consoles before. 256 players battling it out simultaneously on one map. Well, they definitely have the massive part down, but let's see if size actually does matter in this case.
Improvise, adapt, overcome.
Time to lock and load, boys. We fight with the best now.
So let's get this out of the way first. Yes, the game runs well with all 256 players. No matter how you look at it, this is a pretty impressive technical feat, and Zipper should be commended for it. This comes at the cost of some graphical detail in the environments and character models though. They're not bad, they're just nothing special. Customizing your appearance is extremely limited, though I do like the fact that you can change your equipment loadout and unlock abilities when you gain XP. There's also one other main problem. The game is centered around the idea that you join up with one of 3 armies and stick with them the entire time. Because of this, you can only have one character at a time. This is a major pain if you want to play with your friends who are in a different army. Sure, you can coordinate with your friends before you buy the game, but it would be much simpler just to have multiple character files. Additionally, you can't pick which maps you want to play on. Everything is done automatically, and I honestly played the same map 4 times in a row by pure horrible luck. The shooting mechanics are solid, but not at all tuned for casual players. The maps are well designed, and there are very few spots for campers. This is great, but having so many players on a map makes survivability very low. You will die, and you will die a lot. And as cool as it is to have 256 players on one map, you rarely get that sense of scale when you're actually fighting. It would be mass chaos if everyone opened fire on each other. Instead, you're supposed to stick with your small squads and engage other small squads. This is probably the best way to do it, but it's still disappointing that there's never any Normandy moment when 2 giant armies clash against each other. There are 3 game types. Domination, where you progressively damage the other army by completing objectives. Suppression, where you try to capture 2 satellite dishes and then destroy a facility. And then Acquisition, where you fight over 2 armored vehicles and try to get them back to your base. Your experience with these modes will greatly depend on who you're playing with. The game rewards squads who stick close to the squad leader with passive bonuses, but that did little to make my teams actually work together. You may be luckier. Overall, the game doesn't do a great job of explaining objectives, so you can't really blame people for not following them. This leads to the overall problem behind having 3 armies. At the time of this review, the Sever army dominated every game mode. This could be a balancing issue, or a pre-planned effort by the best players to play on the same team. Whatever it is, it throws off the whole intention of the game. When an army wins enough matches in a certain game type, everyone on that side gets bonuses and their dominance snowballs. Other teams will constantly be matched with the biggest team, who will then continue to dominate and win more games, keeping the cycle going. The overall result is that it's fun if you're on the winning team, and blows if you're on the other 2. MAG has a bunch of good ideas, but isn't quite there yet. The army system is inherently flawed and unbalanced, and there isn't enough content out of the box to justify the price. Rolling with a well-organized squad, systematically taking out bunkers and securing objectives, provided some truly exhilarating moments. Unfortunately, you can't bank on that for all or even most of the games. It is possible to have fun with the game, but that's very circumstantial, and a lot rests on how the community develops. While MAG may be a lot of fun down the line, you could do a lot better right now. For the written review, including some of the finer details, head over to IGN.com.